Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all. Happy Monday to you. Yes, Rosario, I have my Mickey Mouse ears on today. I got my Mickey Mouse ears on. I was able to get them fixed. We had a little problem. This little toggle that you're supposed to use disappeared on me. It disappeared on me. But I found it. I found it, Rosario. What's up, Peter? Up from New York. Good morning to you, brother. Good morning to you, John. Robin down in Key West, Florida, down there. I don't know where Robin is. She's getting ready. She's getting ready for the event. Oh, she is getting ready for the event. She's got something. You just never know. Guys, today's topic are the three D's. The three D's we're going to talk about for those taking notes. We're going to talk about dabbling, debating, and decision making. Those are the three D's we're going to talk about today. So, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. As all of you are coming in, just do me a favor. Get your fingers ready. Get your fingers ready, Michelle. Millie, what's up, Millie? Tell me where you're calling from. Tell me the town, tell me the state, because there's going to be some referrals going out. I feel something's going to happening. We got some referrals coming in. I know it. I know it. So maybe there's an opportunity today that God's going to put somebody to you, and you are going to pass it along while I work on my Facebook. So, put up Claudia. What's up, John Latrice down in Florida? Dom, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. Amy Kane, Facebook people, good morning to y'all. So tell me where you're calling me from. Tell me where you're calling me from today. And I'm in good old Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte, North Carolina. Jay, is the Facebook functioning today? Are we function? Oh, there we are. There we all are. Hold on. Now I'm echoing. We got that taken care of, Peter. What's up, Sherry? Haven't seen Sherry in a while. So good morning, everybody. My name is Coach Brock Zevan. I'm a life coach, business coach, real estate agent coach, and a DAD. And let me just tell you all, if you haven't seen my Facebook post this morning, I know I know it's like the first thing you like wake up, let me go to Brock's Facebook. But today's Facebook, Karen, has me with my son, little Bryce boy. He wanted me to go on the swing. And so I was gonna go on the swing. I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know if I can do that. But I did it. I did it. And let me tell you, I had a lot of fun. I mean, here's Bryce telling me, Dad, go on the swing. And I had one of those moments today. We're going to talk about these 3Ds, but I just had one of those moments. It's just like, why can't I go on the swing? Why do I have to think that I'm too old to go on the swing? Then I wonder if I weigh too much. I started to come up with all these reasons why I couldn't go on a swing that Bryce wanted me to go on. And if you want to see it all, it's on my Facebook page. I went on the swing, and it's a very cool swing. It was like one of these like cable line type of things. I had a blast on it, and it didn't break it, Rosario. I did not break it. So I was able to really um enjoy it. I had a good time. Great time. For those of you Buffalo Bills fans, I am very sorry once again. Very sorry again, Bills fans. I mean, there's a couple things I could talk about, but I'm not going to talk about that game. I do like both coaches. People ask me, Brock, you're a football guy. What do you think about it? What do you think about the games? I do like the Eagles coach. Great story. If you're ever looking for a story, go look him up. He has a what's up, Brandy? Great story. And Andy Reid. I mean, phenomenal coach. All. I mean, he has the most wins for Philadelphia Eagles coach and the most wins for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it's hard, Stephanie, to complain about him as a human being and how he represents, whether you like it or not. My buddy Justin Ford had a great message about why people just hate winners. I hate the Chiefs. The Chiefs are lucky. They just get all the calls. The refs are favored for them. Guys, listen, I don't care what you think. To win that many games and to consistently show up every day for 3 years in a row, guys, that's something. Okay. Haters will always hate. They will find reasons to hate. So just appreciate what they're doing. I mean, this is history in the making. So here we go. Now, I am going to do consistent work. Right on, Peter. Consistency. Consistency. Now today I'm going to share some things with you that I'm probably going to offend somebody. Somebody's going to cry today. Somebody's going to cry. He's so mean. That's why I don't like coached by him. He's mean. I'm not mean. I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm just going to tell you how it is today, John. I'm just going to be upfront with you today. And some of you are in this. I've already texted some of you already what situation you're in. What's up, Jack? I already texted some of you, and one of you said, like, I know, Brock, I'm in that D, I'm in that one position. I'm having difficulty making decisions. Okay. I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to have a little conversation with you today. Just pretend it's one-on-one when I get into this. But before we get into it, I decided, I don't know, Jay, if Jay was able to do it. Let me just check let me just check my messages. All good. I have the old affirmation. I like the old affirmation. I tried to go with the new affirmation. I really did. It just doesn't work for me. How many of you got something that you tried something new? You tried it. I tried to fail forward, but it just didn't work. So what I want us to do today, because I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of excitement. I want everybody to come off of mute. Everybody's going to come off of mute. On the count of three, we're all going to read this message, this affirmation that I have, this affirmation, feeling it from way in. I want you all to unmute yourself. And on the count of three, we're going to all read it together. And then if we go back to mute, because sometimes I hear some funny things. I hear some funny things if you don't go back to mute. So unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. On the count of three, I want you to say it with authority. Say it with conviction. 1, 2, 3. Something
Something
good
good
is
is
going
going
to
to
happen to me.
happen to me.
Something
Something
good
good
is
is
going
going
to
to
happen
happen
through
through
me.
me.
Through me.
Well, that just sounded like a bunch of drunks at a Friday night listening to all that at once, didn't it? It was just like, wait, what did we say? Hopefully we felt it though. Hopefully we felt it because I did. Because to me, it's just one is I like hearing everybody's voice. Two, it's just something good is going to happen to me. It's that affirmation going into my day that something good is going to happen to me and through me. There could be a conversation you can have today that is going to help somebody. So this message that I have for us today, okay? I got it. We've talked about the book The Good Morning by Brooke Knoll. It is for women. It is for women, but don't you worry. I'm confident in myself, Stephanie. I'm confident in myself. And so, but they really got some good messages. We have this on my Amazon dashboard, Jay. If we could put that there for those that are hungry and want to get after it and look at it. But today's message all are these 3 Ds. Now, if you're taking notes again, I'm going to repeat it. I said the topic earlier, but I'm going to say it again. Okay. And this is you align in one of these. You're going to fight me on it. You're going to fight me on it. And I want you to really think, okay? Pretend it's just me and you. We're having a cup of coffee. And I say this to you, Karen. I say this, I lean into you, Millie. And I say, John, I've learned that we each fall into one of these 3 Ds. I'm going to ask you today, John, which D do you think you're in? Are you debating something right now in your life? Are you dabbling something like kind of like seesawing back and forth? Are you dabbling into this? Is there a decision that that you really are hungry to make? How many of you how many of you know the right decision, but we're scared to go into it? We're scared to kind of lean in. So you're either dabbling, you're debating it, or you're making some decisions. You're ready to make some decisions. Now, why I think this topic is so important, all is because in 2025, about 27 days ago, we all started to pronounce how great we were going to be and what we were going to do in our New Year's resolution. We're 27 days into the new year, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Just nobody here. If my once again, I was just told my Mickey Mouse ears might have a low battery, so if they do, somebody just raise their hand, and I will switch over to my other headset. But some of us are like we got into the new year and we're like, I don't know anymore. I'm not really there. I talked to a good friend, Mike Castro. He's not going to care if I call him out on this. And him and I do our 8 o'clock in the morning. He said, man, I just don't have the motivation. I am just trying to get myself together. I don't have the drive. I don't have it. For those of you who saw, once again, not to say that you always go to my Facebook, but did a post on the mindset page about I have made a decision. I have made a decision. Write that down. I have made a decision. I didn't dabble in it. I didn't debate it. I have made a decision that I'm going to do my one thing 60 minutes Monday through Friday before I'm allowed to go to bed. I'm going to do my one thing 60 minutes daily before I go to bed. I have made a decision to do that. The decision actually was supposed to start February 1st, but I said, why am I holding up something that I can start doing today? And so what is my one thing? So everybody can have their own one thing when it comes time for this process. Okay? My one thing is for 60 minutes I will talk to strangers. I will talk to strangers at a high level 60 minutes a day. That is my one thing. I don't care what your one thing is, but some of you have been dabbling in your one thing. You've been like, you know what, I I'm this is kind of the intentional versus committed. I think I want to do what John does. You know what? I think I want to get involved in this real estate firm. I think I'm going to join it. I think I'm going to work out at a high level. I think I'm going to eat right. I'm dabbling in it. Dabbling means the ideas are in our head. We're intentional about it, kind of like the chicken and the pig. The chicken was intentional about being on the breakfast menu. You know what? I like to be on that breakfast menu. I will give you my eggs, but then I'm going back to the coop. I'm going back to the chicken coop, but you can have my eggs so you can sunny side, scramble them. You could do whatever on the breakfast menu, but I'm going to go back to my coop. The pig, however, says, I'm going to make a decision, good, bad, or indifferent, to be on the breakfast menu. In order to do that, I'm willing to put my life on the line because I don't get to go back to the little pig house. I don't get to go back. I'm all in. So my question to you all is, and this is just I'm gonna have to switch here. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me all right? I just switched it up. The battery's about to die. So my question to you all, some of you are intentional in what you're doing is you're dabbling in something that you're not too sure of. You don't have enough information, so we stay in this dabbling stage. And then what happens is we move ourselves into a debating, and debating is actually almost worse because debating is I talk to Rosario, I talk to Justine, I talk to Kimberly, and I start telling people about what I'm debating. And what happens is when you tell other people about debating, they're usually at the same playing field as you or below. I'm going to say that again. And because this is going to resonate. You're telling somebody a debate on what you're trying to do that's on the same playing field or below you. Now you can make up whatever definition you want below you. Just like it was when I decided to thinking about canceling this event or canceling the show, the mindset show. But what I did do was I told somebody a debate to somebody who was above me, to a successful person. I told them what I was debating in my head. Yo, Derek, listen, man, I think I'm done with this. I just to do this show 255 times a day, like I just don't think I could do it. It is just hard, man. I'm debating this decision. And many of you are in this category, and you're telling the freaking wrong person your debate. You're telling the wrong person because they're telling what you want to hear. You're telling them, you know what, I'm thinking this is like you have already excuses. You just unload on them, Peter. You're just like, here are all my problems. And they're probably like, damn, you're right. You do got a lot of problems. I'm actually kind of happy. I thought I had a lot of problems. My good buddy, Mike Kastner, him and I always, 15, 20 years we've been talking. And he's got some challenges right now. And he's telling me about, and guys, when we talk about challenges, for those of you raise your hand, when we talk about challenges, the challenges are what am I going to have for dinner? The challenges aren't like that. The challenges usually have some huge financial impact. There are some things that are going on that typically there's a third party, there's attorneys involved, there's other people coming after you. It's not a simple decision. And so what happens when we're debating, we tell this to other people or we tell it to our loved ones. We tell it to our loved ones. Okay. My mom, she was funny. Brock, I listened to your show the other day, and sometimes I think that I give you, like, I know that you think I comfort you, but I just want you to know that sometimes you need to shapen up. What, Mom? What are you talking about? But moms, nurturing people, what they do is they keep you comfort. Your loved ones be like, you know what? You know what, Kimberly, you are burning the candle on both ends. Where's my girl Amy, my cousin Amy? Amy, you're trying to do too much. You need to take it easy. Barbara, I think you're just, Barbara, I mean, you're not feeling the best. You got that going on. Where's my Sarah Bates? She's sick, just not feeling it, but she's still showing up at her meetings. How many of you? I got this wonderful plantar fasciitis that does not want to leave me. Brock, you probably should take that plantar fasciitis. You should take it easy. You shouldn't go to the gym. What do my arms have to do with my plantar fasciitis? What do my shoulders have to do with my plantar fasciitis? I'm going to the gym. I could do something else. I can make a decision because it's part of the discipline that is set forth. So some of you are at the dabbling, and some of you are at the debating, and then there's the decisions. And if you haven't read the book Relentless, this is where the cleaners live. And I'm going to say a bad word, and my daughter's with me, but she's not going to care because she's 12 now. She's 12, John. Some of you right now today, cleaners don't give a shit about the decision. They just go after it. If they fail, they fail. If they succeed, they're ready for the next hard decision. And some of us are so scared to get into that fail forward. And that's where John Maxwell comes in. And I strongly recommend you reading his book, Fail Forward. And if you really dive even deeper, that was not the name of his book. He had it under a different name. And when he went out to speak, somebody couldn't remember what the title was. You're like, hey man, I was at your event, that fail forward thing you did. He goes, what did you just say? Somebody gave him the idea because they thought his event was about failing forward. He goes, that's the name of my book. And some of you today are nervous to make some decisions because of maybe failure, because of fear. And I want to tell you this. Staying stagnant is probably the worst position to be in. You need to understand that the cleaners in the book Relentless, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, how crazy was that 5 years ago was his death? God rest his soul. 5 years ago already. I think I asked somebody this question. Where's D? I asked the question to D. I'm going to ask you all right here. Have you moved the needle in the last 5 years? Are you in a better position? Are you doing what you said you're going to do? 5 years ago, guys, like that just seems like yesterday. I remember I was at a house showing a house and somebody texted me, did you hear about Kobe Bryant? We all remember some hearing that at some point of your day, like really Kobe Bryant? But some of us are scared to make some really impactful decisions today. Some of us are nervous to go out on the ledge and just take a look just to see. And so I challenge you. I challenge those that are debating. I want you to think this. I want you to tell somebody, a successful person, that you look up to what you're debating. That's what I want you to do today. That is your homework. To tell a successful person what you are debating. I don't care what the debate is. Whether you're going to work out more, whether you're going to diet, whether you're going to get up earlier. I just changed I'm now in my spring, it's called my spring routine, my spring schedule. I used to get up at 4:40, now it's 4:30. Today goes into low carb day. I go into low carbs for the month of July. I have a vision of what I want to see myself look like.
I have a vision where I want to see my financial wallet look like. How much money do you want to make in February? You can't figure this out at the end of February. It's got to start before February. What decisions can you make today, Dom, that's going to put you in a better position for the month of February? Groundhog's Day always reminds me, John, am I repeating myself? I think Peter said it, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Some of us live on the rinse and repeat, and it's okay to be on that schedule sometimes, all because that's what life's all about, is doing the same mundane things over and over again. But when you're around energized people, it makes the mundane a little bit more fun. It makes it a little bit more engaging. And so I ask you, what's your environment? Well, Brock, I'm scared to change my environment. Brock, I'm scared to change firms. Brock, I'm scared to change employees. I'm scared to, guess what? I was scared too when I left my teaching job full time. I was an assistant principal, making about 70 some $1,000s a year. Didn't have any kids. I was doing real estate, making about 50,000. I had a BMW. My life was really good. I had whatever 401k. I had health benefits, and then a little bird kept nipping. Is this all you got? Is this who you're supposed to be? Looking back at it now, that was God's way of testing me. He was keeping me in comfort zone, and some of you rather stay in comfort. I told you today's conversation was going to be a little pain. It's going to be a little bit of of I know, like, it's just you and I having a conversation right now. And I'm just telling you, some of you are living in comfort because you're scared to make a decision, and all the people you're debating to are keeping you in comfort, agreeing with your excuses. Yeah, you know what? You're right. That does sound hard. You know what? You're right. The interest rates are at 7%. You know what? The inflation is still there. I mean, it doesn't matter who the president is. Look at the inflation's still there. I mean, it doesn't matter. My gas is still high. Now I'm getting ding. How many of you got kids? Summer classes, summer camps, summer this, summer whatever it is. Invoice after invoice. I never can get caught up. Kids' mom keeps sending me invoices. I'm just never gonna keep. I got to deal with an attorney today at 12:30. Got an appointment. That's gonna cost me money. I just never. Mom, what do you think, Mom? I mean, it's just tough. Like plantar fasciitis, the kids, this. Does that sound like somebody right now? Does that sound like somebody having conversations within their mind? Maybe I'm even scared to admit it. But you got to make a decision. I'm going to tell you, you got to read that book, Relentless. Jay, if we could put that in the chat, Relentless. Become a cleaner. Become the top 5%. I was listening to what's his name? Myron Golden. He said that the top 10% of people, socioeconomic status. They did it. He went and looked up the IRS taxes on the top 10% of income earners in the United States. Okay. Don't quote me exactly on the number, but it was like the top 10% in the United States makes over $123,000. Top 10%. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I'm just like, oh, I was expecting that number to be a lot higher. I was expecting. Do you know what the 0.01% is? The 0.01% of 1%. I'm flabbergasted by this too. The 0.01% of income earners. Talk to our financial gurus on here, the Johns, the Chaz, the Christians, like talk to them. They know about this. But he said the 0.1%, 1% of the 1% make $3 million a year. I was floored by that. I was like, that's it? I was expecting like $100 million. I was expecting something crazy. So some of you are so close to being the top 10% of society of income earners, but you're doing the bottom 10% of habits and behaviors. It's kind of like when people say that they want to sit in the front row but they're doing nosebleed seats work. They're putting the nosebleed seats type of effort into it, but they want to sit at the front row. They want to sit courtside. They want to, but the decision-making process is just not there. They're debating within themselves inside their head. They're dabbling, kind of like, man, I'm going to lean in, but not too far. So today, as I conclude, you have a choice to remain in dabbling, continue making decisions by talking to the same people you've been talking to, or start to making some decisions. Fail forward. People always say, well, Brock, what happens if you don't make it in real estate? I don't know. I guess I go back to teaching. I mean, I guess I go back to being an assistant principal. Every August 1st, for the last 8 years of my life, I get to ask myself, can I still make it another year? Because August 1st is the transition. You can go back into teaching, at least here in Charlotte. So every August 1st, I say, can I go back to teaching? Do I have to go back to teaching, or I can continue to do what I'm doing? For 8 years, I get to say, nope, you stay right put, because you couldn't afford being a teacher. You couldn't afford it. And so some of you today, I need you to understand that the decision that is holding you up is preventing you from getting to the other side, is preventing you from doing that endeavor that you never thought possible, to live that financial freedom. Think about whatever it is that you want to decide today, whatever it is that you want to do in February. Start practicing it today. February, Saturday. I'm practicing today what I want to do on Saturday. So 60 minutes, Monday through Friday, I will talk to strangers. Those strangers primarily are for sale by owners and expireds. So that way I can make the income that I want to make. I want to make those 6 figures in a month. I've done it 4 times in my life. So to make $100,000 in a month used to be like, what? I was a school teacher. How many of you would like to make $100,000 in February? Are there people in today's society making $100,000 a month? So why can't it be me? Why can't it be you? You make the right decisions. You tell the right people your debate. I promise you, your behaviors and your habits will adjust to your environment if you get in the right rooms, if you get around the right people. So that's what I got today, everybody. It is 8:44. Put some love in the chat. Put some 5s in the chat. Does anybody want to come off of mute and share something that they pulled out of today? Something at all. Feel free to unmute yourself. Feel free to unmute yourself. Put some 5s in there. I won't get upset. And for those of you that want to give me, like Rosario likes to give me the middle finger emoji, I'll take that too, Rosario. I'll take that too. Anybody got anything they'd like to share or say on the show this morning?
Brock.
Oh, Rosario. I couldn't see who it was.
As you were talking, I'm like, stop talking about me. I thought I was gonna do the talking for that, and I actually researched it before you came on the show, because my English is not there like 100% right. So I'm like, instead of stopping myself, I said, let me go figure it out. I made a decision and I started reading about it, and it makes so much sense of how I do go through those things, and I'm gonna officially say that I'm officially mad. Yes. So decision making is, from now on, it's whatever I have in front of me, decide. Whether it's good or bad, decide, because then I'm just gonna stay there and we get to do these things. So yes, that's what I wanted to share.
I love it.
Hey,
Guys, if there's anything, who's going? Somebody else has something?
it's Raider over here. I'll let you
Pete?
finish first. How are you?
Good, man. What's going on, brother? What do you got for us from New York?
I really appreciate the message today. The decisions that Barbara Corcoran always used to say, it's not her best agents are not the ones that have the masters in real estate from NYU. They're not the ones that show up in $3,000 suits. They're the ones who make decisions, move forward, and when something doesn't go well, kind of go like this and say, "Next, let's go." Right? And like I got that message today from you, like the same thing, right? Like the people who get really really wealthy do the things they do really really well, rinse, repeat, and then they branch out into the things that they may be scared to do or not scared to do. Like for me, it's AI, right? I've been avoiding AI, Brock, and I just came back from a 3-day conference all about AI with motivational speakers, with people teaching it. And guess what? Like, you just got to go do it, because if we don't do it, somebody's going to eat our lunch. That's what
Yep.
I'm hearing today.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I will hold you accountable to that artificial intelligence and doing it. It has transformed my business with artificial intelligence. I've actually started to coach on it because it has transformed. It's such a huge, huge impact. Guys, my daughter is nipping in my ear telling me I have to go. And is that time? It is 8:45. We are past it. Guys, if there's something I can do to help you out, if something resonated with you, one thing I'm going to leave you with, the one thing is tell somebody what you're debating today. Go tell somebody who's successful, what you're debating today. And I promise you on the other side of that conversation is something for you to celebrate on. Guys, I appreciate all of you. You guys can reach out to me any given point on my Facebook page. You guys can look me up. Let me see if I can help you out with any decisions you got to make. Guys, our main man, Mr. Chad Free, will be with us tomorrow at 8:15. Join us again. Invite somebody. If you got something out of today, you'll get something out of tomorrow. God bless you all. I got to go drop off Rio. See ya.